What's up, homies? What's up, homies? What's up, homies? Welcome to the Knowledgeable Homeowner Podcast. We pick the brains of industry pros to unlock the trade secrets of homeownership. Our mission is simple: to turn everyday people into knowledgeable homeowners. What's up, homies? Welcome back to another episode of the Knowledgeable Homeowner Podcast. I'm Sturdy Joe. Here with me today is Scott Young, owner of All Terrain Moving. What's up, brother? How are you?
What's going on?
Thanks for coming in.
Of course, happy to be here.
Yeah, just coming to the barn. I just actually did a little junk removal myself to see you guys do junk removal too. I actually pull out no joke, probably 20 yards of garbage out of my yard, my house, twice a year. Is unbelievable.
Okay, well now you know who to call.
Yeah,
so.
I get them, I fill them, and I bring them out. So, but I can only, that's for me living in here, normal house. So I saw junk removal, made me think about it. I can only imagine the things that you guys see going into people's houses and doing junk removal. Before we get into all that, tradition here, you take a second, tell the people who you are, how All Terrain came to be, the whole backstory.
Yeah, well, my name is Scott, owner of All Terrain Moving and Junk Removal. Me and my brother started this in 2021, renting trucks for clients. We were in the construction business, just helping out clients, asking for help moving their items, and we weren't licensed and insured at the time. We were just renting a U-Haul and
just hustling,
and then we ended up just purchasing a box truck. It was me and him. Then we kind of just, got licensed, got insured, came up with a name, kept buying trucks and hiring people, training people, and just kept it going.
Nice.
And
we haven't stopped rocking since. And rolling. So you were working in construction?
Yeah.
And you saw opportunity to do some stuff on the side?
Yes.
So you weren't in moving, it wasn't like you were working in moving companies?
No, I never worked for a moving company before. It was just construction. A lot of framing,
nice.
Handyman stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Just doing doing work.
Yep.
And then, all right, so you see the opportunity for moving people out of their house. What was the spark moment for that?
I mean, after the fifth person, that hired us to move their items, and I was wondering why they were hiring us. We weren't licensed and insured. It just kind of clicked. It's not easy. People don't want to move themselves, or they'll move one time in their life and then they won't ever do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do home inspections as part of my service. So
okay.
I'm a fringe real estate process guy, and I watch the process a lot. I think most people don't know, they know there's moving companies, and I'm sure they know they can call a company, but I feel like they don't have the personal connection to where they get enough information about. So that's why I'm glad to have a company like you come on, because I feel like there's so much value that a moving company brings. Because in the real estate process, I see the story all the time. It'll be closing day. The seller just not moved out of their house because they were like, oh, we'll move, they're closing Saturday, we'll start moving out Friday. Nah, man, you got 40 years worth of stuff in your house.
Yeah, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of last minute.
Do you get last minute crazy calls?
Yeah, of course. But then you got people that book 3 months, 4 months in advance. So
it balances out.
We service it all.
We love those clients, right? They're nice.
Of course.
I'm sure those houses are a little bit nicer to move out of too. The stuff's organized, it's less junk.
Yeah, well, so the junk part of the business is, obviously you got hoarders. You have people that just have one item. We service it all. Death in the family. Clear at the house.
That's probably a popular one. Yeah, an estate sale kind of scenario.
Yeah, estate sales. It's definitely popular. It's you got to just service it correctly. Depends on what it is really. The hoarders, we've been in some messy situations. Mm-hmm. It's an illness.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's they're collecting goods.
So the family contacts you to do junk removal, or the hoarder is no longer in the house. It's they left their stuff behind. However,
if they're in the house, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine it working out well.
Yeah, they don't want. They're hoarders for a reason.
They
don't want to throw their stuff out,
man.
Yeah. So, usually it's a family member. There's a lot of.
You got any horror stories? Any houses junk up to the wall kind of scenario?
Oh yeah. Stuff that you can't even walk in the house.
Yeah.
It's an illness, So it's sad.
How do you go about if you're saying you walked into junk removal jobs.
Yeah.
And you open the door and it's just flooded with garbage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking of this one job right now. The door was open already because the stuff was just like flowing out of it.
How do you go about that? You just start shoveling it? You just start picking it up? Like, there's just no way to do it without just doing it, right?
Man, it was. We needed Tyvek suits. I'll just say that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do a little PPE. There you go.
Yeah. It was definitely messy. I don't want to get into detail.
Yeah, of course. It's people's stuff. I know, and like, it is true. It is sad. It's something's wrong. You know what I mean? It's sad, and it's.
I mean, but we've done hoarders situations where the guy was a Met collector, baseball Mets. You know,
which is junk to begin with.
Which is yeah.
sorry, Steve and other Met fans. They don't know this company.
But the son hired us, and we ended up, obviously, selling everything. It was nice stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't all garbage.
Yeah.
But I did
an inspection 2 days ago, and it was a state situation, and the guy had so many cool collectibles, and then they had a service that was, like taking all the stuff, like logging it, and they sell it, like they auction it off, and they like split it with the family. So like this guy was in there like taking every china cabinet, every glass cup, every fork, and he had a little light box, and he was taking pictures of it and putting it on a freaking auction site.
Yeah.
But this stuff was like in okay shape, it wasn't junk. But
yeah. Well, I mean, it's 50-50. But yeah, auctions are pretty good. Definitely when you want to resell it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are getting more into the junk removal process. So it's like moving. Junk removal are kind of hand in hand, because during the moving process, people are getting rid of so much stuff.
Yeah, they always have something that they want to toss.
Yeah.
But moving is definitely our number one aspect of the business that we service. So.
Nice. So, like I said, I think it's an underutilized process. Like, I just want to shed more light on it, and even for like somebody selling a house, right? Like, what is the normal process for moving? Like I said, we did it right. We scheduled ahead of time, and now we were supposed to move out in a week, and we're ready to go. What does the normal moving process look like?
Yeah, so usually I come and do a walkthrough, see what they got, do an inventory list, see what size truck we need, how many guys. It's normally by the hour. If it's a couple items, we could do a flat rate fee. But for the most part, if it's a full house move, it's we figure out how many guys they need, what size truck, materials, if they need boxes, packing involved.
So it's a pretty comprehensive estimate. Yeah, it's like, you make a good point. If we're moving a whole house out, we can't just look at it and say, like, every job is different, and we look at each house, and so you're estimating it based on labor. And so now, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I was just following along. Is that do you give them a price, or at that point now we're giving them like a rate?
So yeah, at that point, at the walkthrough, I would figure out, my software would tell me, the cubic feet of the items, what size truck we need. From that, I'll figure out how many guys, the mileage from the pickup and drop off.
Yeah, all your logistics.
Yeah, all that stuff. If there's a lot of fragile items, do they need bubble wrap? Everything gets padded and wrapped for the move. We never put anything on the truck unwrapped or without a blanket.
Yeah, everything's covered.
Yeah, I mean, beds, if we're doing the packing, we obviously have to label all the boxes to see where it goes at the drop-off location, set it up, set all the beds up, whatever has to be set up, we'll disassemble, reassemble, and we explain all that.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the things, like, thinking, I'm less familiar with the process, but if somebody was hiring a moving company and they wanted to be a little bit sophisticated with the process, make sure that they were getting a good company, right? What are some differences, like, you and your process for your estimating? Are there things maybe other companies that maybe aren't holding as high as a standard as you? Is there ways, like maybe red flags a homeowner can see in that process to maybe to thin out the contractor that they're going with?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard every horror story possible, but like the hidden fees, the moving industry has a big stigma.
Oh, I'm really glad you're bringing this up, because from
the movers
to
the management of hidden fees and stuff like that, we don't play those games.
All right, so that's something to look out for. Is the initial price sometimes too good to be true? We could be dealing with some hidden fees with some companies.
Yeah, you got to read the fine prints. If you sign a contract, just make sure you know what you're
What's
signing.
typically the scenario where the hidden fee applies?
I would say if you do a walkthrough materials, I guess I've heard in the past from clients, hidden fees would be materials, fuel charge, if they came in person and they said you need a 26-foot truck, and then you need two 26-foot trucks, they would just tack that on, and and then it's a big
because the
argument.
homeowner's in a very vulnerable situation.
Of course,
what the hell are you going to do? So that initial consult, because I was hearing you talk about it, I was like, okay, this is a guy who gives a shit and he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to give an accurate estimate, which leaves room for shittier people to make mistakes.
Yeah.
What I'm kind of hearing is that's almost the point, is the other shittier company misestimating almost on purpose so they can then upcharge when the person's in the vulnerable situation.
Exactly, because obviously upcharging the person, they see, if they shoot out a cheaper quote just to book it, great, we'll hit them later. That's definitely not how we operate, but
yeah.
I've heard it in the past, and for bigger name companies too.
Oh, yeah, so, of course. There's always, listen, you're the owner of this company with your brother.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you probably grew up nearby.
Yep.
And live nearby. And you could probably go to the grocery store and run into a past client. Like, we bring this up a lot. Like, we work in these small markets as dense. Like, Long Island is so densely populated and these neighborhoods are so small. Like, you're going to work for people you know and you're going to see clients in the future. So it's like, there's nothing you can do besides try to do a good job, because it's going to come back to bite you.
No, we're growing a business.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we want this business to keep on moving, so...
Yeah, there's no hiding. Yeah. And you want people to call you in 20 years.
Yeah, of course.
Especially with moving, because like I'm in a similar situation, because like the people who call me for home inspections, they're not buying a house every day. So like I have people that probably are like, when I buy a house, I'm going to call Joe. It's just that they're not going to buy a house for the next 5 years. When it happens, they will call me. So it's like it's not like I meet somebody today, I close them tomorrow. A lot of the word of mouth stuff is like when it's their time, they trust us, they're going to call us. So the long game in our industry, we have to play it. Like, yeah, I'm sure you can make quick money, but you want to do this for a long time. You want to make good money.
This is not just a gig. Yeah, no,
yeah,
we're
exactly.
going all in on this, and we've been doing really good. Obviously, you got to advertise and market correctly.
Yeah,
you can't just throw money at the wall here. But referrals are key in the business, and getting our name out that way. Like, if you do it right, you do a good job for someone. They have family members, they have friends.
Of course,
it's just.
And what I'm hearing too is like I said, I've never really looked into the moving process. I didn't have anything when I moved in here, so I never, moving in was, my brother actually left. He saw me moving out of my parents' house. I just had, all my shirts in one arm and, my gym clothes, in a bag.
Yeah, no,
so where are you going? I was like, moving. He's like, that's all you have? I was like, pretty much, yeah. So I didn't need a moving company at that point, so I just, naive to it. But it sounds to me like there's a stigma, and good companies like you are out here to set the record straight, which I think,
100%.
So you have on top of, taking care of your name, you also have the industry's name that we're trying to improve.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're local guys. We handle long distance as well, but yeah, we're growing locally, and we want people to know All Terrain does the right thing. At the end of the day, we don't just put furniture on the truck and move it. It's so much more to it.
Because I want to hear, I don't want any of my people to get caught in that situation. So obviously my people are going to call All Terrain now, but if they had somebody give them a quote for moving, Are there obvious red flags to those quotes? Is it, could you see it coming, or is it just there's no way to know? You just have to know that the company's reliable or not. Or are there certain questions, or maybe insurance, or maybe items in the estimate? Here's my thought.
Yeah,
you're saying that they have certain items that they can do hidden fees on, right? Like you're saying materials and trucks and whatnot. So maybe is there a way for the homeowner to look at their estimate and try to read through, your estimate is going to include maybe more clearer language on pricing, where maybe the shadier one maybe is a little more vague?
Yeah, I mean...
It's hard to say because you don't do those shady estimates. So
nothing.
Yeah.
No, but I've heard, I'll just tell you what I heard in the past, and it's from they'll go at the pickup address, and then the drop-off will have, 3 floors, just say. Oh, it's got 3 floors, it's going to be a longer... If they gave a flat rate, it's going to be longer, they'll tack on some money. I don't want to, everyone has a horror story about moving companies. That's what I heard in the past.
I want to hear these horror stories.
Yeah,
you brought it up. I want to hear them. So wow, that's really. I feel like maybe somebody else would hear this and be like, yeah, you didn't know that. That's interesting to me, and it makes perfect sense because people are in a vulnerable situation, and I say it all the time, Long Island is an expensive place to live, so everybody's got to make money, and I get it, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. Yeah. And I'm sure there's situations where in every business there's situations where things come up and sometimes prices change. Like that totally happens. But there's like when it's intentional to be profitable is a different story.
As an owner, as for my sales guys, I mean, you got to ask questions. You got to know what you're walking into. You got to know the items that you're moving. You know, you can't just go in there dark and just give them a flat rate fee or even an hourly rate and then not know what they have. Because what if you send a smaller, 16-foot truck and then you need a 26-foot truck?
Yeah, so it's educating the sales guys to really understand the process because they're the first person looking at everything.
Of
So
course,
so they got to be really knowledgeable on it and just understanding the moving process. So I think from a homeowner's perspective, how inquisitive is the salesperson and the person doing the estimate really looking at your project and treating your project uniquely and seeing the ins and outs and trying to see what could go right, what could go wrong. Like, there's probably a thoroughness to your process that the other company that might screw you over is probably not doing. So it's probably visual. The homeowner can probably see it.
Yeah, I'm sure they can see it. I mean, reviews on Google, that's like probably number one. Yeah. Check those out. Ask to see if you can get a COI. If they refuse that, that's definitely a red flag. You know, they should be licensed and insured.
So insurance is an interesting thing because obviously, like every contractor is supposed to be insured, but is there a different kind of insurance for a mover because you're moving people's possessions? Is there something different to that?
Yeah, I mean, you got to protect the items that are on the truck. You got to protect the items once the guys are handling it, bringing it into their house. So once my employees are in the house, you got to be insured for that. You go out of state, you need a DOT number. So.
Oh yeah, because you guys do. So you guys will, if somebody was moving to Florida, you could pack them up.
Yep, we go to Florida about once a month.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you still go?
No, I don't.
No, yeah. So yeah, you did your time.
But yeah, we've been on the truck many times going out of state.
Yeah. What's a ride down to Florida in a moving truck, like 20 hours or something?
It was a little over that, yeah. Because legally you can only drive a certain amount of time.
Oh, DOT even like those rules even apply to you. Yeah. Except my brother and my dad are in trucking, so that all their guys, but they're class.
So
it
goes by weight too.
Yeah. But when we got a deadline to meet, one guy's sleeping in the box and one guy's driving.
Oh yeah.
Did you and your brother ever do like the early days? Did you guys were road tripping it? Like, you
straight through to Texas, straight through to Florida. He would sleep, I would drive. I would.
Sleep?
Yeah, we would just switch.
Yeah, classic road trip.
Just get straight there.
Yeah. It's just
we got other jobs to get done on the island.
Yeah, exactly. So. You got to get back to making money.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
How close are you guys in age, you and your brother?
We're twins, actually.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I have two brothers and I have a sister too. I'm really close with my siblings, but we'd probably just fight physically the entire time.
Yeah, we get along. So. We're good business partners.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Twins.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, that's probably just cool for the family, cool for everybody, man. That's amazing. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're talking about insurance now. If you were moving, like I'm sure people's stuff are sentimentally valuable, but like if somebody had like a $30,000 piano, can they take insurance out on an item? Is there anything like that?
Yeah. You can definitely pay a little extra to make sure that it's covered. Yeah.
So is that through the moving company or is that on their own?
That's through us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they want, if they're like, hey, listen, this is valuable and I want extra insurance.
Yeah, I'm sure they can get it on their own too, but we
it's part of the thing you do.
Yeah.
All right. So I said piano, and I just thought, like, is there any?
So pianos, yeah.
Yeah, right. I feel like pianos, I feel like that's like a movie thing where they're like moving it in with a crane. But is there any circumstances like that you guys have been in where you had like really ridiculous?
Yeah. So items to move? They have moving companies out there that just strictly move pianos. They have moving companies out there that strictly move safes, hot tubs, all these specialty items. There's a company out there that services.
A niche company that will, like, if you have a safe, because safes are, you can't even move them. So
yeah, we moved many of them. Yeah, of course you can move them.
Yeah, you're right. When there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, we'll move them. Yeah, we just
a little bit of leverage and put some pipes underneath it to get it moving around.
Of course. Yeah, we just moved a 1,600 pound Browning gun safe.
Oh, sick.
I was a nice avid gun collector, and
you got it out of the house.
We got it out of the house. Yeah.
Do you guys I've seen like the appliance guys where they have like the two straps, and it goes like underneath those.
You're not lifting a 1,600 pound safe.
Not
like
with that. Yeah. How did you lift it? Guys,
hand trucks, and you need special tools for that.
Okay,
yeah.
but it's still all manpower. No, there was no skid
it's all-
steer involved. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's in the house.
Inside
so you
the house, you got to
out.
get it out of the house. Yeah.
I like that. See, the problem, like, I'm down for that. I like that kind of rough.
Perfect.
Use your brain. Yeah, I'll come in on a day.
I'll call
But
you.
You want to know what my
next time.
problem is? My problem is why you'll fire me immediately. I'm absolutely putting my elbow through a wall or something.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'm not delicate.
Yeah.
So, like, if you wanted to get it from the stoop to the truck, like, I'll kill myself to get it in there. No doubt. That's why I always did heavy construction. I did concrete, I did paving and masonry and stuff, because everything's stronger than me.
Yeah.
So if I punched a brick, I'm losing. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly. So.
working inside has always been, like, even on home inspections, I'm like tiptoeing through house. We do most inspections with two guys. My other inspector does 90% of the interior stuff, just because, like I said, I'm like, yeah.
So you put booties on if the floor is redone, right?
I stand from the outside and just wave, and then I'll
okay.
take my shoe.
All
I
right,
take my
got it.
shoes off and I tiptoe inside to go to the basement. But yeah, I let him handle all the pretty inside stuff. So yeah, all right. So specialty items like that, call the safe mover, call the piano mover. Yeah, but
we service it
in situations you can do it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So say we're doing a full house move and they have a piano, we would definitely take care of that for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, like, talking about like one of my questions was talking about, like, things getting insured. Like, if, like, shit happens.
Shit does happen.
Yeah. Like, if something breaks, like, is there, like, the insurance pays out? Like, is that process is that a bitch? Like, you know, like, or is it kind of?
It's definitely
Insurance is insurance.
Yeah, insurance is insurance. It's always a pain.
Yeah.
I usually do the right thing.
Yeah.
If it is from us,
Yeah.
and I know for a fact it's
Yeah.
from us,
It's human error.
I take care of it.
Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not-
happened to everybody.
I'm not out there to just go through insurance. That's it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I understand that completely. There's certain situations where it's like, yeah, this is human error.
Yeah.
You know, it's on us. I get what you're saying. I respect that a lot.
I'm not the bad guy out there. I don't, I do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so circling back to homeowners moving out, we talked about, like, how we get, like, those last second calls. Obviously, the homeowner can create the delays, and that can mess everything up. Like, what are some things a homeowner can do to help prevent delays in the moving process if they want a smooth moving day?
Yeah, I mean, I have clients that don't want me there to do an in-person estimate, so I need to get a thorough, inventory list. Just be transparent on what the location looks like, stairs involved, fragile items, anything over, you got $100,000 painting that needs to be crated, definitely let us know so I can have that crate on the truck.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to just put a blanket and wrap
Those
up
are situations where you don't go to the house, or your guys don't go to the house and look at it.
Yeah, for the most part, people want me there in
Yeah.
person. We
Especially
do
with something like that.
Yeah, free home, estimates, in-person estimates. So,
So being transparent with what the job's going to be, but then even, like, the day of, like, setup, prep, things to have with the house ready, just like
closing dates always are tricky.
because they'll just change for no
They'll
reason.
give you a date and then change last second. But,
and that affects you guys. That's annoying as hell.
Yeah, we deal with a lot of real estate agents, property managers, because we do commercial as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Commercial
Cool.
moves. Yep. So.
So ironing out the closing date, getting the actual scheduling down pat is important. Okay, but then as far as, like, keeping the house, like, ready for moving days, just general cleanliness, driveways clear, kind of thing.
Yeah. So say they do the packing themselves, right, and they put everything in boxes and they don't label it.
Okay.
Now at the drop off, you're gonna have a mountain of boxes. It's just in one room.
Because
we're
there's
not
no
gonna
way
know
for
where
you
to
to
go.
organize it. Yeah.
So to help us out, label every box.
So if a homeowner, because them packing it themselves saves them cost. It's cheap. It's a money saving.
It's time consuming.
Yeah. So if the homeowner is going to package it themselves, and they want the best outcome, label everything.
100%.
Label the shit out of it. Can't be too descriptive.
Yeah.
It's only better for everybody.
Fill it up with words. Whatever
exactly.
to make it easier for us to help you out. And once we leave, we don't want you opening up 100 boxes to find out where your toaster is.
My parents did it. They moved out of my childhood house. They moved in around the corner, and it was the day before closing day. We started moving them out, which was a terrible idea. So it was just an endeavor. And I do remember them, like, towards the end, it was just throwing everything in boxes. And when they moved into the new house, it was like things were gone for so long because it was just in a box that shouldn't have been in. Like, it was just so mixed up. And then it was like 6 months later, like, we found it. It was in a box with shoes, and it was like a fork. It's something stupid.
Yeah, so if you label that box up,
All right, so it's just general, keep it neat. If you're gonna box yourself, organize it, and then the day of, stay out of the way. I'm sure that's
stay out of the way, I guess.
A little bit
in a nice way.
Let the guys work.
But usually at the pickup, we would label the items. Say master, all the master items would be like the nightstands would be labeled master after we were done wrapping it. So we already know. Just let us know where the master is, and we know all the where the stuff is going.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple.
Okay.
But you have people that add items last minute. It's not like we do an upcharge on that. It's just if it fits in the truck, that's great. It's an hourly rate. At that
makes sense. They're adding a whole truck's worth of stuff. Different story, but
different story.
Yeah, there's always extra shit. We're like, I was going to throw this out, and I'm going to keep it. I'm sure that's a big one too, where people like they should have purged, they're not purging, and they're
I forgot we had a 10 by 20 storage unit around the block.
Oh,
okay.
Oh yeah, that's a different story.
That's a different story. Yeah.
All right, so you said storage unit. It makes me think if is it common for moving companies to get into like not long-term storage, but like some kind of storage scenario where if there's an overlap between moving out and moving in?
Yeah, I mean we have storage also. People closing on houses, or we have items in there for months, years.
Okay, so it's not unusual to if I needed some storage from my moving company.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean if they service that.
Yeah.
If they don't, then you obviously get your own public storage somewhere. Yeah, we have storage. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that probably listen, not every scenario is move in, move out kind of. Yeah. So
this guy was going on a couple days ago. We sold his house. All of his items were in our storage, and he's going on a cruise for like 2-3 months, and didn't even buy a house yet. So he's
old.
He's an older guy.
Yeah, I say 2-3 months cruise. Yeah, that's like I get some clients like, we're going on a
cruise around the world.
Cruise. I'm like, all right, thanks, old person. Make me feel bad about myself.
So he didn't buy a house yet. He doesn't know where he's going.
That's
but
badass.
He'll let us know.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
It's climate controlled. You got to make sure that the storage, if you're looking to put it in storage, make sure it's climate controlled.
Yeah, I've definitely heard some strange stories with like cheaper. Like everyone wants to save money, so we go with like the cheapest solution possible. And then the unit next to you, they were storing horse food, so everything's mouse infested.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah,
no, you don't want that.
No, we don't. I don't want to be. I don't want the mice getting into my shit.
Yeah.
But, all right, so I definitely learned a lot, and you opened up my eyes to, like I said, the potential scamminess of the moving scenario. Do you have a question, Michael, or are you just telling me 2 minutes? All right, because Mike sometimes gets some really good questions, and he doesn't fucking ask.
You sure you don't have any questions?
No.
All right.
Mike's not moving. Mike's like me. How he's going to move out, and he's just going to scoop up his couple of things and then go quick? No?
No, I have a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot
Good.
of watches.
We like that.
But any other points you want to get to, like I say, hot takes or things, like I said, any other tips for everyone, our audience is homeowners, realtors, potential home buyers, anything on your mind?
I mean, if you're looking, if you guys have an upcoming move, definitely check us out. Give us a call. We'll come by in person, give you a free estimate. Any real estate agents out there, definitely check us out.
Yeah, I think real estate agents, every real estate agent should have a moving company,
in their back pocket.
Yeah,
100%.
It's just, I say it's always like the story because it sucks, but like nobody, like it's closing day and they have 40 years worth of shit still in the house. It's just like, what do you even with 20 people at that point, like how much can we really get done?
It adds up quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, all right, cool, man. Like I said, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I appreciate it. If you want to just let the people know, Instagram handle, if you guys are active on any social media.
Yeah, All Terrain Moving on Instagram. Check us out. Give us a call.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
If you got any movie questions, give Scott a call. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, stay knowledgeable.